Well, hello. Are you ready to meet our chickens and check out their coop? I am sorry about the wind noise. We always have a breeze out here. Well, this is our coop, and it looks like our chickens are ready to be let out. We have two different breeds of chickens, the black Australopes and the Dominiques. Now, we ordered them from Cackle Hatchery, and we've had this flock for about 2 years. We did add some guineas later because they're supposed to help with rats and snakes. In this time that they've been free ranging, in the 2-year span, I've lost 5 hens, 4 guineas, and 1 rooster. I usually throw them scratch in the morning, and I latch the coop door open so that they have access to their laying pellets, their water, and nesting boxes throughout the day. Now, our coop is 7.5 feet tall, 8 foot wide, and about 20 feet long. We have a metal apron all the way around the coop to help prevent predators from digging their way in. Now, we have coyotes, raccoons, hawks, and eagles. Probably others, but I know we have those that we have to watch out for our chickens. We have 4 nesting boxes on one side, ventilation doors at the top. It has a deep litter system to make cleanup easier and be needed less often. It also has a liftable screen that allows me to get inside the roosting house when needed. This screen is 1 inch by 1 inch hardware cloth. The doors can remain open or for better ventilation or closed for bad weather. Now, I do realize this is not your standard chicken coop. However, as we get older, it's good to try to work smarter when possible. It does make having chickens pretty easy. Now, on the run, we used 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch hardware cloth. Comment below if you have any questions so far about the coop. Now, we started free ranging our chickens in August of 2021. And the eggs are so much better since we're free ranging them. We do not feed them organic feed. I can't justify it. I love the thought of organic. It's just not always affordable. We have a system. I give them scratch in the morning and worms in the afternoon. They know I'm the food lady. They typically come running when I call them. I will not demonstrate. However, there are usually 1 or 2 that I end up having to round up. I can usually put them up early in the afternoon if I have somewhere to go or if it looks like weather's going to get bad. At this stage, they really are pretty low maintenance. Now I have a news flash. I have more baby chicks coming in March. And my husband is building a chicken tractor for us to use. So we're going to use the chicken tractor to raise baby chicks as a broody hen pen and as a chicken hospital. When my chicks were younger, I would have to doctor an occasional broken leg or wing. Because when they're hurt, you cannot leave them in with the flock because they can be pretty mean. Now for the chicken waste. So this is our compost pile. I actually made it with leftover hardware cloth and carabiners. It's 4 foot tall and about 3 foot in diameter. Now, we originally just piled it up, but when we started free ranging our chickens, they would demolish it in about 5 minutes, and did so every single time I raked it up into a pile. So a compost bin was needed. I use a compost thermometer to let us know when it's active. It's not currently active, so it needs turning. Now, our compost pile does not smell. A compost pile needs 4 things. It needs green matter, brown matter, air, good airflow, and water. Now, our chickens provide plenty of green matter. And the brown matter comes from the fresh flock or the pine shavings we use in our deep litter system. Now, I've been using fresh flock, but it's gotten pretty pricey this year, so I'm probably going to be switching over to pine shavings. Now, we usually clean out our deep litter system, about our deep litter box, about twice a year. And it usually either goes to our compost pile or it's used to fertilize our fruit trees. Now, we also put kitchen scraps and garden scraps in our compost pile, or, depending on what it is, give them to the chickens. Coffee grounds are also a good thing to add to a compost pile. Now, I normally need to turn my compost pile once a week. Now, I've let it slide. It's been about a month. But you have to turn it to keep that airflow good. The compost pile compacts down pretty quickly. At one point in time, this bin was full, and then I probably topped it off again, and it doesn't take long for it to cook down. Now, I think I mentioned that I empty out the deep litter box twice a year. So in February is when I usually put the chicken compost from the deep litter box around our fruit trees to fertilize them for the spring. And in September, I put it in the compost pile so it'll have time to cook down in order for me to use it in our garden. Now, the other thing a compost pile needs is lots and lots of water. And rain usually is not enough. So I'm hauling this water instead of dragging out the water hose and running it from my raised bed to the compost pile. So I use the golf cart to haul it. Well, now you've met our chickens, their coop, and where we put all the excess, which comes in quite handy when you consider the price of fertilizer today. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I hope to see you soon.